It's the 100 out of the 100 lives challenge. I made it! Yes, 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 yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Ingrid, and I am happy. 100 lives. Good Lord. In 100 days. That is an achievement. I am proud of myself for doing that. Of course, I had some things to say about it. It was not all what do you say it? Wine and roses? Absolutely not. But I am glad that I made it to the finish line. And I will tell you in a little bit later why. I started this whole challenge with the thing of, I have a problem with being consistent. And I had a problem with giving value all the time, whether I was able to do that. I have 35 years of experience in the field of singing and being on stages, but I devalued myself by thinking that experience does not do anything for business owners, for instance, who are not in the singing, which is of course totally wrong. But I'll say you in a bit. So I started with a consistency and a value thing. And I was glad that I wasn't alone on this challenge, right? I started with, because Lexi Raphael, which is a friend of mine, a Facebook friend of mine, she started this challenge. And I thought, well, that's a very good idea. I wanted to see if that consistency, I was able to do that and whether I was able to give value. So those were my goals when I started this. And I was not alone. She was there too. And I'm glad she was. Because I had moments when I felt like, why am I doing this again? And I saw her moving on, so I decided, okay, I I cannot I need to do this too. So I looked at her as an example of moving on. And it was also, I wanted I wanted to be accountable for myself. Um, Knowing that if I say that I do something, that I'll do it. And there has been many times in the past when that did not happen. I'm not going to say that this is the first time that I complete something. That's not true. But I did learn a lot of good things about myself. Really good things. So, what did I learn? Around the 20% mark, I found that my goal of consistency and being able to give value all the time changed, because that value proposition was shattered all of a sudden. I was able to give value. And for God's sake, this is number 100. I gave value throughout. It's not that like I did a video and say, okay, well, this has been my day. I got up and this is what I ate and all that type of. No one cares about that. I gave 100 value videos. And maybe you were not waiting for that. Maybe you were expecting something else. I don't know. That was my goal. Can I give value? And I did 100 of them. So that whole imposter thing that I had going on, that's shattered. That's gone. I am valuable. And that was something that I needed to know. I needed to find out. I've been devaluing myself for a very long time. So let's take the knowledge evaluation out of the equation. All right. I can now know I am valuable to people regarding my knowledge of being on stage, going lives, and all that type of stuff. I am valuable. Whether I'm valuable as a person, that's a deeper layer. But I'll get to that in a moment. So around the 20% mark, my purpose changed from, the value part was already attacked. So that's good. So now it was consistency, because I found myself that I was not, posting every day, but sometimes a couple of days not. And then all of a sudden I did a binge, binge video making, and then I was back on track again, right? um, which for me, it's the same. I have an end goal. How I get to that end goal is my business. Um, so sometimes throughout the entire, so that didn't change. So throughout the entire challenge, I had moments where I needed to not binge watch, but binge record. I also found several moments where I went deep all of a sudden. Suddenly, it was not, I was talking about my core product and what was in there, and give snippets and nuggets out of that core product. I gave it to you, Olga. Basically, if you watch the 100 lives that I did, you got about 70% of my entire core product already. But I also know that no one, um, well, maybe not no one, someone will try that as a challenge itself. Can I watch Ingrid 100 times? That's a challenge on itself. But basically, if you do that, but finding out things for yourself on YouTube or anything, and then someone telling you that live, or actually doing it with you in a workout, what's the word, workshop session, those are different things, right? But sometimes I went deep. The difference between a decision and a choice, for instance, was such a very good moment. And I told stories about myself, um, stories about I don't know, preparing for a new show, or the cold shower thing that I did, right? Um, so how I approach this, I always take lessons out of that you can apply as a business owner. Even though it's singing is not your field, there are always lessons that you do can apply. But the thing was that after I'm looking down, because I wrote it all down. I couldn't remember it anymore. I had there were so many things. So Imposter was smashed. Um, and after the 20% mark, I found out that the purpose or the goal of an action can change, and that's totally fine. But the keys to complete remains, right? You do need to complete. So I know now, being at the 100, that I can complete something even though it's done. And why do I say dumb? It has this challenge been in vain? No, absolutely not. So in that particular way, it's not done. Um, you were, I was hoping in the beginning, of course, because I know that I can give value, and I was giving value. I totally admit it. I was kind of disappointed at one point that at around the 50% mark, I was disappointed that so little people were watching. And I thought it was me in the beginning. Or maybe it still is. That the videos that I was making were, about from 4 to 6 minutes or something, with an exceptional one going to 10 minutes. And people were not watching that. And I found myself, going through Facebook myself. What type of videos am I watching? And when I was watching, and I noticed that within 30 seconds of watching a video, I was already deciding whether I would continue to watch it, or whether I would stop and move on. Especially the last one, whether it was not in my field of interest, or I was triggered by something else, or whether maybe it was boring, or the talk was boring, or the topic was boring. I don't know, but somewhere around the 30 seconds to 1 minute mark, I changed. I decided, okay, this is what I'm going to watch, and this is not. And it realized for me, that made me realize, okay, people are judging me like I'm not an exception in the world, right? I'm not. I'm just someone from a little village in the Holland. I am not, the most important person in the world or the most spoken about person in the world or something. No, no. I have a business. I'm just a girl, sitting in a bedroom making these type of videos. Um, so when I think something, someone else thinks that too. And when I say, okay, around the 30 seconds to 1 minute, I decide whether I'm going to continue watch or not. Because I am just a girl, just one of the 8 billion on this people person. There's got to be persons who are like me also. So that also means that other people look at my videos the same way. So after 30 seconds, 1 minute, am I going to continue this watching or not? So I was all of a sudden I realized that, well, that's true. Of course, the numbers that of people watching my videos are low because they're 4 minutes long. If you're in a hurry, why would you want to watch that? So it was the attention span thing, and I get that. I'm like that too. I totally get it. So I started to change the goal of this challenge because of that. And I started to think more about, what am I going to do with the remaining 50%? Am I going to continue with that? Yes or no? I'll get to that at one point a little bit more. So I went to, okay, I'm going to repurpose these videos. These are value videos. Not everyone connects with value videos right from the start. People don't know me yet, want to know if whatever that I'm telling them is going to be good for them. So they needed to know a little bit more about me and not as much about what I can offer. So I got that. So I was thinking more about videos got a little bit shorter from that moment. I believe the shortest one was 1 minute and 10 seconds or something. So the goal changed to repurpose. I am going to finish the challenge, but it's not going to be about finding my consistency or value, whether I was able to give value, but it's more like, okay, I'm going to make videos and repurpose them, make snippets of them later on for in a reel or something, because snippets are watched more than this, than for 4 minute, 10-minute videos. So I did that. So I also found that because the feedback was low, that I don't care anymore. I'm at the end now, and I've especially in the last 30%, I don't care anymore if you are going to, I changed the purpose to I'm going to repurpose the video. So I didn't care anymore whether you were watching or not, or whether you were, taking value or not. That has nothing to do with me. That's all you. That's your decision. It was just my yearning, my ego that needed to be confirmed, that I was looking at likes, shares, and hearts, and maybe even comments. Right now I don't care anymore whether you are watching my videos or not, or commenting on my videos or not, or giving a like or anything. And the reason why one of the other reasons why I say that is because I saw a guy named Jasper. He was writing a Facebook post, and he says, your future clients, your number 10 clients, your level 10 clients, are not the one who's going to comment and like every post that they see. They're just waiting for your offer. They just evaluate you. They're waiting for you to offer, and then they jump in or not. They think, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So that's one of the other things that I took out of this. Yeah, but if my level 10 people are not commenting on my post, then why do I need confirmation from them? I don't. So I started not to care. That was very interesting. um, what else? What else? Yeah, I did a video about choices versus decisions. That's a breakthrough thought that I had. One of the things about going deep, that I have been making choices, but I didn't own that choice, because a choice has a consequence, right? And when you make a choice, I'm going to eat a cookie, and then afterwards, as a consequence, begin to complain. Yeah, but now I feel like I'm fat. Yeah, duh. No offense, but that's actually consequence. I'm not body shaming anyone. Please don't start me on that. Um, for me, I found out that in the past, I've made choices and I didn't follow through. I didn't commit. I don't like the word commit, so I don't use that. But I didn't own the choice. I didn't own the consequence of that choice. So I started making more decisions, making a choice and follow through on it. That's a decision. Except owning the choice and the consequence that comes with it. So that was a good one, a good breakthrough that I had. I found out a real word, strange word, breakthrough. Uh, this is my celebration cup of tea, anyway. uh, so my aha moment. Furthermore, I found that a business why is something else as a personal why. When your business is basically your personal brand, especially in the beginning, then your personal why and your business why gets confused. And I found that to be different things. Personal why is purely me. And that was around the period when I decided that consistency is not a problem, but discipline was my problem. I'm a practical person. So discipline for me means you need to take action. You need to take it on a certain day and a certain time and just whip yourself and go. Right? That's sometimes how my mind works. Just shut up and do it. But during these 100 days, I found a lot of moments where that discipline was not there. And then you need to go a little bit deeper and finding out why am I doing this 100 lives again? What am I trying to prove? You know, and not business wise, like what am I going to give the people? All from the heart. I found out that I needed to satisfy my personal why first before I can do my business why. That's a nice one. My business why is that everyone has a right to be seen and heard. So I help business owners who have a fear of public speaking to grow their confidence levels so that they can go out and spread their message on stage fearlessly. That's my business why. But my personal why is something different. Why am I doing what I'm doing? What's in it for me? And that comes very close to, being in an airplane that goes down. Put on your own oxygen mask first before helping others. So apparently I have something to heal. I know I have something to heal. uh, is that going to stop me from doing? Do I let everything out of my hands now and focus on that? No, no, I won't do that. But I do need to keep an eye on it, and I do need to reflect regularly on what I'm doing and why I'm doing things and why this is so important to me. I told you about my dad who died, and that it took me a very long time to step back into action. And that had to do with the personal why stuff. Why do I need to? I was lost for a very long time. Let me put it that way. Keep it light. uh, but the biggest thing that I found during this 100 lives, including this one, wrapping things up in this one, is my habit trajectory. What's that? That is the way my mind works when I set a goal for myself. From my corporate experience, I have been in a job before, um, still am, and by the way, but not there. And from my business experience, I have learned, corporate experience, I've learned that goals are stupid. That was a mindset. It changed a little bit later on towards forecasts are stupid, which is better, which is more accurate, by the way. You know, when in corporate life, they give you a goal. We need to reach the 12 million mark in sales. And then we're going to forecast, right? The first quarter is always, the slowest. So about 20% will be done by then. Then the second quarter, we reach the 50, ideally, usually 40. And then the third quarter is also a little bit slower. So you reach the 60, and then 40% of all sales is done in the last quarter, something like that. Now, in corporate lives, they hold people accountable for that random forecast, and they even punish people for that. And when I saw that, I found that is something so stupid, because a forecast, a planning, is by definition never to be reached. It will always, reality will always be different. So in my eyes, forecast and goal for me was the same. So I always started taking actions in the past by not setting a goal, because I didn't believe in those things, right? So I did this 100 lives challenge, and I knew that is a goal, right? 100 lives. And after, like I said, after the first 20 were fine. You talk about your core program, like I said. So you're basically you're still in the enthusiastic stage that I started something new. So the drive that I had was based on emotion, on enthusiasm. But emotion fades, enthusiasm fades after a while. And there came resistance. So the next 30%, I found I was battling myself. I still, I was basically grinding and grinding with the negative mindset. I have to do this. Yeah, I don't want to. Why am I doing this? So there was a lot of, a lot of rational thinking came in, resistant thinking. Well, why am I doing this again? And what is this good for? That's why I was so glad that Lexi was doing it also, because I could look at her and think she's completing it. I cannot. She's watching me. And I'm watching her. I cannot fail her. So I was pulling myself up where I don't know whether she watched or not. Sometimes she gave a like on one of my posts. Like, oh, she saw my video, which of course is not true, because a lot of people gave a like but didn't watch the video. That's fine. I'm fine with that now. I was not in the resistance. Or why is no one commenting? Why is no one? I was so in my head, you know, the emotion, the initial drive of doing this was so gone. So I was battling myself. So this is where, you have to commit. You have to commit to going through that. It was a test of commitment, that whole grinding stuff. So that was, I was talking to ChatGPT about this. I said, listen, this is what I found in my 100 Lives challenge. And he called it or she, I don't know what it is, he called it the silent struggle. And it's also the place where most people give up. Which I can totally understand, if no one's responding, why on earth are you doing daily videos, right? No one says they got value of it, then why on earth am I still doing these things? So that was a real interesting, let's say interesting period. And I was, I shifted from it's not consistency, it's discipline. And then I've got, okay, well, if that discipline is not there, then what is discipline? Where is it? How do I get discipline? How can I stay on that grinding path to complete this very weird, very weird, dumb value challenge? So I learned then that discipline has several components, the time, the cost of your time. And one of those components, that's full components, I don't know by heart anymore, but that was one of them, what does it cost you and what does it bring you, plus your personal why. So I dug deeper in that personal why part. And I found a personal why. I don't know if it is my personal why, of course, but whether it is the personal why, whether it's only one personal why you would do things, I don't know. But I found one. And that was around, I was still doing the videos, around the 70% mark. I found a personal why I was doing what I was doing, why I was having a business and setting up a business to help others. And not from the business-wide perspective, everyone has a right to be seen or heard, but from a personal perspective, why did I set up a business? Because there has been moments where I thought, well, should I even be a business owner anymore? Well, that's how your mind thinks, right? The resistance part. So what I found as soon as I got my personal why has to do with my dad, of course, because he played an enormous big role into my life. No, I'm not going to share it. It's my personal why. But what I found is, as soon as I found my personal why, it changed the meaning of this life. It changed the end goal. It changed the way I saw my actions. And that's also the part around the part where I don't care anymore if you're watching or not. It's my thoughts, it's my opinion, and I stand behind that. And whether you like that or not, that's not a decision up to me. That's not my decision. That's your decision. It's not mine. So I was no longer looking at likes, hearts, and comments or anything. I was going to repurpose. That was also the moment, around that moment, where I decided I'm going to repurpose. Uh, in first instance, repurpose because those videos are shorter. You know, the short reels, the Facebook reels, the Instagram reels, and then hopefully you would watch. But later on, I was thinking, no, it doesn't matter whether you're watching or not. I don't. Well, I hope you're watching, of course, and learn things from this. But it was basically me completing a task and being proud of it. That's something from me. So does that make me a good business owner? If, because business owners, you always have to give and give and give. And I think it is, because if I am not whole, if I am not one with myself, if I don't know what's important for me, how can then the only way I can help you is from my head, from my knowledge, and not by caring about you. And is that the type of person that you want as a guide to help you through your preparations to do a presentation, which is highly personal? You know, do you want someone to talk to you only from knowledge and not feeling a connection? I don't think so. So I had some healing to do. And that's why I'm glad that I did this challenge for that part only. For that part only. So after that, after I found my personal why, I didn't care that much anymore about likes and hearts and comments and all that stuff. And I also found that was very interesting. I also found that doing these videos became a habit. It no longer was, in the first instance from Drive On, it was an excitement, I'm going to teach you everything. And then it became a grind, oh my God, what am I going to teach them? What am I going to talk about now? Blah, 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 blah. From a resistance, but still doing it. Then it became personal. I even told some personal stories, let you in on my life. And then it became a habit of doing them. Was I still doing them each day? No, because I put myself first. Whenever I had a day that was a very long day, it's 11 o'clock in the evening, I am tired, and my head and my body are tired, then I'm not going to make a video. Then I'm going to sleep. Sounds logical, but that's what my mind works. So what I found in all this, summarizing, is a trajectory of how to create a habit. And it starts with the drive, and then there comes a resistance part, and then there comes a personal why part, and then there comes a habit part. And I found that very interesting, because now I know that how to push through resistance. I know how to create a habit in the end, how important the personal why is, how shallow the drive can be. Those are very interesting things that I found. And why people quit, because they don't break through the resistance or don't know how. Maybe I'll do a different course about that. Sounds like a standalone little training for 27 euros or something. Maybe I'll do that even, because I found that very profound. And ChatGPT agreed with me. So, but then again, he agrees with everything you do. He never says, you suck. That's totally bullshit what you're talking about. No, he always stays on the positive. Did you notice that? I found that very funny. Anyway, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad it's done. Will I continue with writing daily? How does that work? How does it work? What I'm doing right now, I found myself in a momentum. We talked about that before in one of the videos, or even several of the videos. So I'm keeping the momentum that I'm having right now, whether that means I'm going to make more videos, or whether that means I'm going to make more posts, or work behind the scenes on the challenge that I'm preparing, the quiz that that's almost finished. Got my entire value ladder mapped out, my entire business model mapped out. In the meanwhile, I don't know how this will turn out. Maybe I will continue repurposing everything, and so you will see snippets of it coming by in your reels. That's also a possibility. I will definitely put everything on my YouTube channel, because again, on Facebook, people are not watching long videos, but on YouTube they are. Because on YouTube, in my eyes, YouTube is a how-to channel for me. There's a lot on YouTube, of course. But if I need to know something, how to screw a light bulb, I go to YouTube. You know what I mean, right? So these type of videos, which are all how-to videos, they were very practical information. I'm a practical person, so I give practical information, especially how-to things. They're all going to be in my YouTube channel, the Confidence Channel for Speakers. That's what it's called. They're all going to be there, so you can binge watch your I'm going to see Ingrid 100 Lives things. No problem at all. So that's all going to be there. They will disappear out of Facebook anyway. I'm right now repurposing them on Instagram. Where am I? These are all the. Yep, I'm that type of person. I write everything down. Instagram is at number 36 at the moment, so you can keep that. I will complete the 100 lives there also, distributing them there, and then I'll see what's going to happen. The quiz is coming, the tiny challenge is coming, there is a webinar coming, so I got a lot in store at the moment, and I have momentum now, for which I'm very grateful. So thank you, Lexi Rafael, for proposing this challenge. I thank myself for taking the challenge and sticking to it. So owning the choice that I made back then. And right now I'm done. This is the last video out of this challenge. I don't know what to say anymore. That's weird. For now, I'm done. I'm going to celebrate. I decided to give myself a dinner. So I'm going to go out in a couple of hours. I'm going to go out and have dinner somewhere. Maybe it's a pizza, maybe it's a steak. I don't know. Or maybe I'll eat vegetarian. I have no idea. But I am going to celebrate. For you, if you have been watching, I hope these videos have been valuable for you. Like I said, there's a lot of how-to information. 70% of my core program is in this information, but it's all practical because I am like that. Because only through actions you will get somewhere. Only through movements you will go from A to B. only doing things in your head is called knowledge. Actually executing them is called experience. So that's the difference between those two. And I want you have a business on your own. I want you to grow. And if you want to use the stage, speaking, as a way to grow your business, because it's a fantastic lead magnet, and getting known to a bigger group of people. If you want to use speaking as a way to grow your business, but you have a fear of standing in front of an audience, and that can have many forms: fear of failure, fear of judgment, forgetting words, ahs. There are many, many ways where how that fear manifests itself. But if that's what you want, I have 35 years of experience in helping you with that, because I've been there throughout my singing. I started out as a shy girl, and look at me now, I'm doing 100 lives. Talking, and I stood, my biggest audience was 20,000, but fair enough, I was not standing there alone. I was standing inside of a group, and as alone, my audience, as being in front of a group alone, I think it was 500 to 1,000, something like that. I don't even know anymore. I don't know, but I can help you with that. So I hope you found these videos helpful. Let me know if they are. I don't expect any DMs, but when I get them, it's always nice to hear from people. Then you have a feeling you're not alone on the entire world, right? So feel free to DM me and talk about what you found, what your experiences are with these little nuggets that I gave you. So this is Ingrid signing off. Have a great day. Good morning, good evening, good night. And I'll see you next time. Don't know where, don't know when, but who knows. Next time. Bye-bye.